Now, somebody asked me concerning in the previous video that, sir, how can I start up a vision which I've already discovered, but I don't know how to go about it because I don't have the fund to fund the vision. Now, number one, vision in dictionary definition is information of a mental image of something that is not perceived as real. Now, but I don't like using the worldly this thing. Now, let's you come to Bible definition on how me I define it. On how you say it's an unfolding of the plan of God to a person. It is the discovering of divine agenda for an individual and one placement. It is an personal discovering. That is vision from God. That is number one. Now, when you discover, the Bible says in the book of Jeremiah, he said in Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 11, he said, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me. He said, Jeremiah, what does he hear? He said, I saw an amok tree. He said, because that I've seen, I will hasten to perform it. Now, another thing is to see, when you see, you must believe that this vision must come to pass. But after belief, you have a responsibility of taking responsibility to the vision of your vision. Number two, you must believe. Three, you must believe. Now that belief comes in the book of First Corinthians chapter 1 and verses 16b. He said, we have the mind of Christ. You must know that you have the mind of Christ if you are a believer in question. But if you are not true, you know that you are created from God. So you carry the image of God. So there is nothing, it is impossible. Yes, there is nothing, it is impossible. Now you have the mind of Christ for those who are Christian. Now, mind of Christ, there is nothing, it is impossible. Mind of Christ, all things are possible. Now we picture that there is not there is inside the mind of Christ, there is nothing, it is impossible. In mind of Christ, all things are still possible. Are we together now? You must believe irrespective of the storm. You carry the mind of I cannot fail. Now, even after carrying this mind and faith, after having faith, he said, without faith, it is impossible. You have to believe first that it is possible. That is number four. Now, after faith, now remember the Bible says in the book of Jeremiah, it said in the book of James, it says faith without work is what? Dead. Now, how do you now achieve it? You have to, number one, there are many others who have achieved their vision before you. Is that true? Yes. So you have to submit to another office. You have to submit to start to maybe do anything. Remember in Ecclesiastes 9 verse 10, it says, whatsoever your hand find it to do it all the mind. Now you have to start somewhere. And after you start somewhere, remember in the words of the Lord, he said, he that gathered in Proverbs 13, little by little shall grow. Now, when something begins to come from where you are working, you have to begin to save little by little to achieve your own vision. And vision that it is just mere wish is not a vision. You must document your vision. You must write your vision. That's another thing. Two, when you write it, set out time, set out month, set out year that you are to run with this vision. You don't, if you are working for somebody, or if you are working for even in government, or you are working in a company, you have to set out particular time. You have to begin to save something, because the Bible says in the book of Proverbs 20:21 or 21:20, say, wise man save for tomorrow, but a foolish man spendeth all what receiveth. Now you have to begin to save out of what you have been receiving from the other office to use and pursue your own vision. That's why you see men that has vision, they can be working here while they are still doing their own personal vision, running their own personal business or company, but they are still working in another office. Now there is a level that the vision will begin to grow. You cannot be in the other office to grow it. Now you have to give the vision full attention. Now by grooming others, because there are many too who has vision, but they have to still start somewhere to begin to work for others, for them to be able to gather something out of your own to go and start their own too. So now at that spot, you have to train others to help others. That's why it is very important to carry people along. Now, when you carry people along, don't keep them when they want to move. Now, you have to carry them along, share the same vision with them. Now, begin to put them, give them responsibilities. This is where you are to position, this is where you are to understand. But let me make it very briefly on how it will be easy for you. If you want to have company, if you have picture of opening factory of pure water, but you don't have a dime, God cannot give you vision without not backing it up. So long as now start somewhere, start to save, now start to sell, even though it's from 4 pieces of pure water, either on the roadside or in the shop. Now, when you started selling, now don't throw off the vision. Now your mind should be, this is where I will be. This is where I am. This is what I want. Remember, Joseph was in prison, but he said, I know this is not where I belong. Now you must carry that picture on you. Now begin to save from that little one. Now, as you set up money, set up time, begin to develop. Let me tell you, saving is very important. It's not what will make you, but you have to save to start up something that can enhance your wealth. That is the assurance of. Now, as you save, the money is capable of buying the machine that you need to produce this. You buy it first and keep. And before you know what, you save again, you buy the other one and keep. Continue like that. Before you know what, before 2, 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, the vision will come to materialization. So long as you are consistent, consistency is the key. That is one thing you need to know. Being dedicated is the key. You must be dedicated irrespective of the storm. God bless you. To make it short, maybe I will drop the other one.